What's up, people? I'm here to talk about the Big Baller brand and the breakup and the family turmoil that's going on over there. I thought Big Baller brand had a unique and good shot of being on the marketplace. Obviously, not knocking out Nike or Puma or anything that's that big. Putting any work in, but we're gonna talk about some of the structural things that went wrong. Since I do have a business background and I do own my own business, we'll talk about that and just go elaborate what went wrong. Um, First thing that probably went wrong is the marketing and then the product. Now, what you have to understand is if you market something and you market it very well, you must have the product already ready or in the potential stages. They didn't do enough research and development on the massive shoe quality or whatever they need to do in R&D, what we call in business R&D, which is research and development. Um, Try to develop a strategy that fits the market that their marketing that they were presenting. Um, First of all, having a countdown to a shoe thing is, and you don't have the product or the background or the basis of either running a product, can be detrimental. Um, from a lot of rumors with the Better Business Bureau, which is the other three Bs. Um, a lot of people weren't getting their shoes on time, or they weren't getting their product, or it looked at real flaky and cheesy and cheap Chinese thing. And um, I actually bought a shirt from them, but I never received it. So I did leave a bad review. I think this was back in right before Alonzo got drafted, and they had this big rollout on shirts, and maybe I got duped by a internet scam or something. But I purchased the shirt. I never received one, but I end up getting my money back through PayPal because I use PayPal or any other ones that I know I can dispute, like a credit card or something. And that's what you want to do for future reference. Online, you want to use your credit card or one of those paid services. Yeah. So um, so structurally they had it wrong, and then the marketing. I think they got ahead of themselves. Um, they didn't have the product line up in the warehouse or the distribution ready. Um, and another thing was the cost. I mean, I was, you know, cheering up Black Power, all that good stuff, Black business. I support it, but it has to be legitimate Black business. It can't be some flanky stuff. Like you kind of see with the Soldier Boy stuff, which is shouts out to him. He tried, but the thing is, he didn't even have a brand. He didn't even have his logo or brand on his box, and it just looked at real Chinese and cheesy that you would get off Wish, which I think the box is actually on Wish. But let's not divert to that. The shoe price was almost $500, $600. Now, if you know anything about shoes, or I don't know, I'm not a sneakerhead anymore. I'm well past that phase since I'm 37, going on 38. Um, I'm well past that phase. I'm sorry, excuse me, 36, going on 37. I'm well past sneaker phase. So, but generally, when you charge that amount of money, it has to be a good grade quality of leather, preferably Italian leather. It's just a different type of leather. If you ever had leather shoes or leather dress shoes, it's a difference between the Payless and the JC Penney versus Payless versus JC Penney versus Donald, or big Stacy Adams or something like that, where you can tell where the leather is actually worth the price of the shoe. And from all indications that the leather was pretty cheesy that you will find on like a pair of Shaq shoes, or which is, if you're gonna market it towards $500, you better have $500 worth of leather. Um, and that was one of them. And then people said they weren't receiving their shoes, and when you order stuff from offline or online, and it comes from China, and a lot of complaints said it was coming from China, and yeah. So what he should have done is I know a lot of, because I get a lot of letters and stuff, being in business, being in product business. A lot of them have expos in China. What he should have did when he went over to China, or I know his son got in some other heat or something, but while he was in China, or before that, went over there, went to some of the expos and see how they actually get the product out, how it comes to the States, because it's a lot harder than most people think. Most people think they could just go to Alibaba and just buy a bunch of stuff and it comes through. You have to go through customs, you have to get a freight agent, because it comes by freight. You have to get that distributed, and then whatever housing you have, like I do Amazon, or you can have it come to your house or your business or your store. So when you're building your own brand, that's a lot tougher. Poo-pooing the Nike, and that's another thing he shouldn't have never done. He shouldn't even talked about poo-pooing the Nike. If anything, what he should have done is like have what Jordan has, but Jordan built up his own legacy, with the own product. And I thought Big Baller Brand should have went in that direction. Maybe sign with Nike and say, hey, I got a little subsidy company that I want to branch off from you guys, because then people would trust it and people would know it. Hey, this is my son, or even LeVar or Lonzo, to say, hey, this is my shoe. I want to have my own unique branding to it, like kind of like you did with Jordan and LeBron on a lower scale, and just work your business up that way. I just thought it was, but even if you want to take that undertaking of going rogue and going alone, you gotta have the right circle and the right people around you. And it just sounds like he didn't have the right financial people around him. Necessarily the most educated in way money works and way business works. There are a lot of people that say, hey, you don't need a business degree. I tend to believe that too. It's just who you know and who you because that's all about business. What it is, you can go get an MBA, and if you don't know anybody in that realm, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I was fortunate to being a former athlete, pro boxer or whatever, to be around people that had substantial amount of money, where I can just learn business from that aspect instead of spending thousands upon thousands of dollars learning business through school, and then have to work for somebody and all that good stuff. But I will tell you, I did my first couple business ventures didn't go well, only because 9 times, well, I mean, if you look at the statistics of business, in 2-3 years they're out of business. And especially if you're in restaurant business, or any kind of product based business, and it was doomed to fail, just because the way the strategy was, just to get all the marketing out. We're going to build this brand up without an actual product base. They should have had the product base, and then went out, and built the brand, so to speak. And then 3 is, you gotta know who you have around you. I mean, everybody's not LeBron, and everybody's not Rich Paul. So with that being said, the person that he had over his finance had no idea about what to do with finance, and it comes out that he's a felon for wiretapping and money laundering from churches and other black businesses. So this guy is a predator. This is what he does. And for LeVar Ball not to see that, Um, says says he took his eye off the ball. I think he was more trusting in business. You really just can't have that emotional attachment to people. If you have and a lot of my family members are not in my business or a part of my business, they support it, of course, but there's certain things you have to do. Um, Especially, I think Big said it in Ten Crack Commandments. If you ever want to look that song up, and it's a direct correlation of how you run your business. The 10 Crack Commandments and 10 business rules and whatever you do, you keep your money and blood separated. Because money and blood don't mix like you know what else. You get you caught up in some serious stuff. I'm just, PGing it up because I don't want to make it uh, about any cursing or anything on this channel right now. Again, subscribe to the channel. It should be down there. This is our first video. So you see I'm kind of shooting it there in my office space or whatever with my just and I just caught the wind and I was just like, I should make a video about this because I do know a little bit about building a brand and having it fail. And just a little background reason why I tell you about the product and the marketing is because me too. I too started a business called Tohojo Yoga and Equipment and Accessories, and I thought, oh, everybody's into yoga. Let me, build my business. I can go to Alibaba, get these products, and get this label and stuff. But it's much more into it. You actually have to have first of all, you have to have the money. The money aspect is you have to have money at least to carry you for 2 to 3 years. And I didn't find that out until talking to one of my millionaire partners. Like, oh no, man, just if you're living check to check or you're waiting on certain things to come through for your business, what if it doesn't come and then you're stuck with product and stuff? And I learned that eventually after I had to shut the business down and close the brand, that that's what I should have been doing was, assessing the market. And I didn't assess the market. I just thought, hey, everybody's into yoga equipment. It's gonna be a slam dunk. I even convinced my wife, hey, this is part of our life savings. Let's try this. I'm tired of working for other people. Even though I was doing, and I love doing taxes and stuff like that, and working at H&R Block, but it became like just a daunting task just to get. I had to get samples, and when the samples came over, I didn't like the samples, so I sent it back and tell them what I want. Oh, this is a nice sample. Okay, now I have to find a freight forwarder. If you don't have that type of money to find a freight forwarder, you end up using credit cards and stuff. So finding a freight forwarder and then getting them to marketplace. What do I want to do? Do I want to do my own website? And I thought, yeah, I'll do my own website. I don't need Amazon and stuff. And that's what I was saying about Nike. He should have branched off of Nike just like I should have branched off of Amazon. I'm going to do this and I'm going to, change the game. And, but it was fairy tale. Because what those big businesses are, they went through the heartache and the struggle and the stress of building that brand for years and years and years. And if you can piggyback off that until you learn what you need to learn, and then you build and then branch off into what you want to do, then there's nothing wrong with that. So now my businesses are run through even though I got my own website as far as my t-shirt sales, www.stardomtees.com. I'll leave the link down there so you can check out some of the shirts. But if I had to leverage Amazon like I should have leveraged Amazon like I do now, or Etsy or any of those other products, my yoga brand would have been successful. But again, I took on an undertaking, just like the Fireball did. That I went out and I spent all this money on marketing, and when people were calling and oh yeah, we're interested, I wasn't able to deliver a lot of the product, and I just had to tell them, oh, we're gonna launch this, we're gonna launch this, and I launched, and people were already got my stuff. I don't need your stuff now. So that's a massive undertaking, and I didn't have a team around me. I was doing it myself. I didn't even have my wife really involved, which is a big no-no if you ever if your partner is not involved. It's probably not a good venture. But yeah, and that's just one of the aspects. You just got to know who you have around you. Now, there's nothing wrong with employing felons, because 9 times out of 10, sometimes they come out rehabilitated, and sometimes they don't. But for him to be involved in money laundering and stealing and all that stuff, he should have never been in any financial part, even the marketing part. His job should have been just, I don't know what his job could have been, but maybe help design some stuff. But other than that, I wouldn't have put him in any financial dealings and stuff. Just because somebody's rehabilitated, you don't want to, just kind of like if somebody's a drug addict, you don't want them to keep going to drug houses all the time. They might slip up, and maybe this guy did have good intentions, but he slipped back into that life, and now is making the Ball family, and hopefully their family is not torn apart by this. Cause I do follow all of them actually on Instagram. I got a link to my Instagram inside here too. If you want to follow Moneymakers, Moneymakers, and and we'll go over some things that you can do to save money, build business, do taxes. And next video will be about taxes, but I don't want to get into a tangent there. But they have removed a lot of the Big Baller brand. They're trying to dissociate themselves with the Big Baller brand. But the tricky thing is, that's what Big Baller, you guys attach yourself to Big Baller without doing the due diligence of finding out what the market was and how it was going to impact your careers. Now it's reportedly all three of them are signed with Nike, but now they don't get the luxury of having the $10 million cushion, and then the knowledge and the backing of a Nike before to back the brand. But now the brand is gone. I mean, nobody's gonna pay for Big Baller now. I certainly wouldn't buy Big Baller anymore. Maybe it was somebody else, or maybe it was them, but I lost 25. Well, I didn't lose $25. I paid $25, and I end up getting my money back in 3 months. But just because the shirt didn't show up, and I think they were using just drop shipping Chinese suppliers, which is, if you don't do your due diligence about the Chinese suppliers, you'll end up with nothing or the wrong product and all that stuff. LeVar, I mean, he's out there in front now with this brand. Now it's interesting to see how in front he's going to be now, and how many interviews, because he has to get out. If he has in anything in business, you can't just hide and scurry. He should get out in front of this and say, "Hey, we made some mistakes on behalf of our brand. I'm working with my sons to get them back involved. If we need to, we might have to restructure some things, and maybe just not go into the shoe realm, but go into the actual branding. Where we do events, or we sell the t-shirts or socks or whatever you need. But the shoe game is a hard thing to penetrate, and and for the pricing point that they had, again, they didn't have the right type of leather, according to the Better Business Bureau, and some of the comments on there that it looked like. I think one of the comments says he'd rather pay money for Shaq shoes than and if you ever seen a pair of Shaqs, they're in Walmart, and they hang up, they're only like $20, and they're not really good not really good fashion type shoes. Well, they can be really good shoes if you have a kid. I mean, I know some kids that wear, Shacks because, it's just cost effective for them and their family. And those shoes last all year if you're not trying to play basketball. If you're trying to play high level basketball, Shacks and, big baller brands probably not where you want to go. This thing is just it kind of hurts me as an African American businessman because they had the potential of doing something really, really good and changing the game like they said they were, but a lot of missteps. Um, just castrating Nike. Oh, we're not gonna be like Nike. Nike is robbing these kids, and we're gonna have our own thing, own thing. He should have just said, well, we're gonna try this out first, and then if Nike wants to come and renegotiate, um, then we can bring something to the table. But the initial phases of it, uh, they went to Nike, and Nike gave them a number, and they didn't like the number, so they just start bashing Nike. That's not how you want to do a business. Like if, let's say, if I work for a real estate company, I mean I'm a real estate agent, and I go to this company, and the company can't get on terms, and I go back to my old company. I'm not gonna bash that company because eventually I'm gonna have to work with that company just to sell those houses, maybe, and they have some houses or something for me. Um, I'm gonna bash. You don't want to burn bridges in business unless it's a bad bridge. If it's a bad bridge and it's a cost-effective bridge or something you can't is detrimental to your business, then burn that bridge. But this is a bridge that Lonzo can walk back over, but LeVar probably can't. I mean, this might be the end of the whole LeVar all being on TV and because they did some good things with the brand. I mean, the Facebook show, if you ever watched the Facebook show, I think it's pretty unique. Uh, they started the league thing. I don't know what the name of the league was. It wasn't really good, productive basketball wise. Um, so I didn't like the league. I think I watched maybe 10 minutes of it and I was like, yeah, this is not good because it was all about LaMelo and they weren't even focused on the other players. It was just all LaMelo and then they got into an argument on the court, and it's like this is just not a good brand of basketball. I mean, it's more high school, and it's not even high level high school like where you used to watch LeBron James on ESPN. It's not even that high level. It's like your local high school game that the lighting was bad and it was just a bad look for that league. But you know, um, those shoes are just I don't even think they have the site up anymore. I think the site has been taken down, and that's another thing in business. If your site is getting taken down constantly, it doesn't give to the customer that satisfaction that hey, um, this is a trusted brand I can trust. Because imagine if Walmart or Target or even just your local popcorn shop or something or your local lawyer office or real estate office always had their site down. Would you really want to do business with this person? Because it's not. We're in an age of advancement in technology where business, you have to have a website. If you don't have a website, you're really not in business. I think anytime you set up any type of business account now, they ask for your website. 10, 20 years ago, they didn't care if you had a website, but now it's an essential part of your business if you have a website. And let's get back more into this guy. I don't want to put his name on blast because I don't want to get sued or anything, but from the looks of it, he had control of your personal. It's Lonzo's personal and business account. Now let this be a lesson to all you future entrepreneurs, or people that's just on money makers here, just trying to learn how to wrangle money and stuff. Never ever put anybody that you don't know or you don't trust. I'm from proponent, excuse me. I need to drink a little bit. Proponent of managing and watching your own money, and you will learn this on this channel, how to watch and manage your own money. Um, if you watch and manage your own money, you won't need a. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I have financial advisors and stuff too, but I'm the overseer of it. I know what goes in, I know what goes out. I know what's supposed to be paid and when it's supposed to be paid, and you have to have that business acumen. And I just think Lonzo was too trusting. I mean, in business, you can't have that type of relationship where you're too trusting of one individual or one company or one something. You have to be the overseer, because in in business, it's all on you basically. So the buck stops at you, even though it's LeVar Ball, and I mean he's out there in front. The buck, they're gonna be looking at you. I mean, your father did talk a lot of stuff, but then it all translate on the brand. The brand is Lonzo. Make no mistake about it. LeVar Ball is the hype man, and he's all out with the marketing and stuff. But the brand was, well, I should say, was Lonzo. Um, and just and trusting too much in his father, and I'm not saying don't trust your parents, but if your parents don't have that type of nuance of business, and I mean, the marketing was great. I mean, but there's more in business than marketing. I mean, I could go out and tell you, hey, I got this ball right here, and this ball, I'm gonna have this ball for $5, and and then I get a ton of orders for this ball right here, and I don't have the supply or demand, or I mean the supply, or the resupply. That's another good big thing, is the resupply. If you don't have the resupply, um, and you have to be able to forecast, and that's why when you do a business plan with the SBA, they want you to have 3 years worth of planning ahead before they give you a loan. Now, I was fortunate where I was able to, work and bust my tail and, put my own money in my own business. But, the SBA is another good thing. But I've done a business plan before, and they want you to have 3 to 5 years of profit and loss, and your profit analysis, and your capital statements, and all this good stuff is part of your business plan. And so when you're selling something, you have to have, especially a product that you're building as a brand. Now, if it's already branded like I don't know, just soap or commodity, or or like a deck of cards, or bicycle cards or something, like where I'm just calling it bicycle, or Uno or something. That's a brand already, and all you're doing is attaching yourself and selling it, and it's going to sell itself. But if you're building a brand, nobody knows your brand, so you have to have the right structure behind the brand in order to do it. And I just don't think LeVar had that in him. But just go back to the point of having people over your money is that's how a lot of stars, and and even a lot of us get, well, not a lot of us, because we deal with our own money, but that's how a lot of bigger stars and people, you find them out broken. How did this person gets took for $77 million and millions of dollars? It's because they don't have the financial whereabouts, or they just say, hey, you take care of it. I don't want to do anything with it. I just want to know my money's there. But you have to be in business, especially in branding business. You have to be on top of everything. It's a daunting task, and that's why a lot of people don't brand. It's because it's so daunting, and it's a 24-hour, 7 days, 366, 365 type of thing. You got to be on top of it. If you have employees, your employees, the product, the money, which money is being spent, which money is being spent out. He had this guy and his personal, which is really a big no-no. You don't want to have people in your personal stuff because you want to keep your personal and your business separated. And and a lot of businesses don't understand the difference between especially when you're new and you're an entrepreneur, you just don't know enough about what's personal and what's business. Business should be always business. Reinvest in the business. Don't reinvest. Don't sell something that's business wise and put it into your personal account, because now you killed that whole veil, which is called the corporate veil, and we'll get into more about that on later dates on the Moneymakers channel here. Again, click and subscribe down below. I also have some links to my Twitter, and I also have some links to my Instagram and to the website of my t-shirt shop. I will be having t-shirts and modeling them for you. But I just wanted to get ahead of this debacle with the Ball family. It's gonna be interesting as how they gonna move forward in their personal relationship now, because now $1.5 million, and LeVar is still on the rookie scale. He didn't get any endorsements because not a lot of endorsements, because he bumped at the main one, which would have been Nike, and that would have been $10 million. But if you know anything about California taxes, it's really more about 4.8 million out of the 10, because they take 50%, and then the federal, and then we'll talk about taxes tomorrow on the channel, about extensions and what credits and stuff. But we'll talk about that stuff tomorrow. So yeah, he didn't have the cushion enough to have somebody else take. I just don't believe in people should have other people over your money. I mean, you should learn how money works, and then that way you can keep track and know how money and bills are spent. Like, the main thing I have against people having control over money is you don't know what they're spending it on. Are they spending it on a bill, or are they spending it on their personal bill, or are they spending it on your personal stuff and not giving you the business? You can spend your business stuff on your personal stuff, and your personal stuff on your business stuff, and it just wasn't this guy. I don't know if he had that kind of background or backing of doing work ways money, because you don't want to work for your money. You want your money to work for you, but at first you have to work for your money in order for it to work for you. And those are some of the things we'll go over on this channel. Again, click subscribe down below, and just for upcoming videos of how you can diversify your portfolios. And we'll have life insurance guys on here. We have portfolio guys on here, a couple bank managers that I know. We'll do some interviews with them, and some entrepreneurs, and a couple barbershops that I know, and a couple people that's got storefront businesses, and a couple of people that has online businesses that's making quite a substantial amount of money, way more money than I'm making. But yeah, this is why you don't have people, especially someone that has committed a felony, in money. Maybe excuse me, maybe Lonzo didn't know about this guy, but then it's up to him to know if he's going to attach his name to something. If you're going to attach your name to something, you better know everything about everything that goes on in there, in that business, because look, they saying, yeah, this guy got it for 1.5, but they said they're looking at you, Lonzo, as the brand guy. So I mean, even they're not even looking at your father. I mean, they might say, hey, his father brought somebody in here, but the story is about you because you are the brand. I mean, nobody cares about Big Baller Brand if it was just LeVar. You know, we had intrigue because it was Lonzo, and Lonzo was the ball player, and you know, his daddy hyped him up, and you know, we want to see what this brand is like. Again, they had a good idea of what to do. They didn't have a good execution plan of how to implement it. Um, I would have liked them seeing. I would have liked them seeing them do it if it was implemented right. And I kind of figured like, oh, this is gonna be some BS when I didn't get my shirt ever. And after I think 2 months, I just contacted PayPal. Hey, I never got my product. You know, cancel this payment. Can I and with those PayPal, and if you ever use PayPal and try to dispute something, you know it can be a lengthy time. So I didn't get my $25 until the next year. And I mean, it's $25, but it's still $25. You know, you don't want to just be giving it away. I'd rather donate it to, you know, a worthy cause or something. But yeah, they had the potential of being really, really big. And I think everything rested on Lonzo being really, really good in this. He still got some time. I mean, but his career hasn't projected of what the expectations was. I mean, everybody around him is from De'Aaron Fox to Jason Tatum to Dennis Smith Jr. to the kid in Utah. I'm drawing a blank on it right now. They're all flourishing right now, and he's kind of stuck in, you know, and maybe that's because of some of the coaching decisions, or you know, he can't shoot free throws and he can't hit a jumper, and you know, he's kind of a liability. But I mean, we knew that going in, and so if in order for him to restructure and recoup some of that money, he probably would have to. That's why, and I'm pretty sure he got a business lawyer. Hopefully, he wouldn't got a business lawyer as well as a criminal lawyer. Because here's the thing: even if you have a business lawyer, you can't fight on criminally, and if you have a criminal lawyer, you might not have the business acumen. So hopefully, he has a team of lawyers that will diffuse and dissect of where all the money went and know how to charge this person, how to get some of the money back. Now, I think the money is gone because I don't think the guy can come up with $1.5 million. If you can come up with $1.5 million, you wouldn't be scheming somebody else out of $1.5 million. That's just a fact of life. If I know I can get it, why would I steal it from you? And so maybe in this shady character, and again, I don't want to speak the guy's name until he's formally charged, and you know, but if he's a shady character like that, I mean, that $1.5 million is gone. I mean, he can maybe take it as a tax deduction, 50% of it, because he only owns 50% of his Big Baller Brand. I think the other guy owns 16%, so he can take it as a loss. And as a again, in taxes, you can take it as a business loss. But you know how much, and how much was taken during the year, and how much does he have to backtrack? And if he has to backtrack, he has to amend his taxes. And if he has to amend his taxes, he has to go into a higher bracket. Goes into a higher bracket, and get more payments. Did he pay his taxes? Did that guy pay his taxes? And that's another question. Who's paying the bills if $1.5 million is not accounted for? And how much of the bills are being paid? Because from what I'm reading or what I've heard, is that an agent of Lonzo was saying something back in October, and LeVar didn't read the email into a few days ago, and that's why you have to have a team around you. Now, I'm not faulting LeVar not, or Lonzo not reading their emails, because sometimes I don't read all my emails, and that's why you have to have a team. If you had a team around you, you have somebody that does your social media, not the same guy that does your finances. And again, you have to differentiate who does what. If this guy's handling the finance, he can't handle social media. I think they had him handling the social media, handle the finance, handling that, and it just gets overbearing, and it's hard to track. I mean, it's easy to track, but now you got different people accountable of different situations, and that way you can always, if this guy's messing up, then you can get rid of that guy, and social media won't take a hit for it. But had somebody read his emails and tell him, hey, this guy is, this is some sketchy stuff going on here. And, he has to be, and again, it falls on Lonzo, he's just not finding this out because, Lonzo, he's worried about the season and the injuries and all the stuff about him getting traded and all this stuff. So he has enough stuff on his plate. So, it was up to LeVar and this other guy, and maybe he should have had a better team around him. Maybe he had a team around him reading emails and sending it. And Lonzo, because it had somebody sending him, information, then he was able to catch it before it became 1.5. Maybe it was just a million or something before. Now, embezzlement is easy to prove but hard to recoup. If you understand that, it's easy to, when you're doing business, if somebody's writing checks in your name and bad checks and all that good stuff, you can track it down. But it's hard to recoup. That money's probably already gone, and I'm glad that he got in front of this. It's just a sad thing. I'm just glad he got in front of it as he did before he signed his next contract, or he was traded to a different team, and then he hears about this, and then he has to go back and forth between California law and where he's at, and moving. And in my frank opinion, I just think his daddy just needs to be his dad. He needs to just handle his daddy like his daddy now. Not as a business partner, not as, you get on ESPN or Fox or whatever, and you're speaking for me and I'm quiet, because I'm quiet. He has to. Now, LeVar, like I said, LeVar has to get out in front before LeVar. Now, Lonzo has to get out in front and say, hey, my father didn't speak for me. This is what I know, and this is what the strain is, and my father's always going to be my father, but going forward, I would respect that if you need anything and you hear anything about me, you want to know anything about me, just come to ask me, or ask my publicist. Maybe hire him a publicist and not have his dad involved. It'll hurt LeVar, because LeVar thinks, oh, I got you here, I spent all this money and I spent this time, but that's what you should do as a father anyway. You shouldn't do that expecting that your son will repay you back. That's what we, as parents, and I'm a parent, that's our job as parents to do. So I'm just thinking that he should just disassociate himself from LeVar and the whole antics of LeVar. Like I said earlier in the video, I really think this is truly the end of LeVar. And like another business guy that I used to follow, and I used to applaud, was Dame Dash. And Dame Dash was all F this person, this culture's a person's culture, and all this stuff. And Jay knew this, and Jay didn't do this, and Biggs didn't do this, and it's all on me. You should brand your own self, and all that is good, but you still got to have connections. There's no point to building a brand if I can't leverage this company or this person or have dealings. I mean, you don't have to like a person to deal business with them or do business with them. So yeah, I was all a champion on yeah, building your own brand, and I did. But I also realized, and losing my first brand, or going through that whole scenario with the yoga company, is that you have to have people that's maybe more experienced than you, and you have to go to them, or or a marketplace like Amazon. You have to go to Amazon. And, even if they take the cut, you still getting a cut better than you trying to build it for yourself. And then when your brand gets bigger, then you can branch off, or and then we all heard about what happened with Dame, and he got all drunk and teary eyed and apologized for everything he said, and I'm like. You just he had his partner Kenyatta with him all step of the way. He just killed his whole partner's momentum of him doing any type of business, because now everybody's gonna link him to Dame Dash, and Dame Dash is trying to get back into good graces with these guys that he's been just humbling, and I love Dame, and I respect Dame for the concept of thought that he gave me of yeah, you don't have to work 9 to 5. It's a new era of you just put it on the internet. The internet is a product, but you still have to have people that you have to work with and use, and even if you don't like them. There's some product developers that I don't particularly care for. A lot of them don't care for me as much, but at the end of the day, it's about business, and if I can pay you money and I give you good business and you give me good business, that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be personal. Now back to the LeVar Ball and the Paul situation. That's another thing where and I'm gonna use the Rockefeller thing again. You see where Jay-Z and Biggs they have gone to a different level, and they use their influence and their different level to disassociate from Dame. You know what I mean? They don't even talk about Dame anymore. Dame is an afterthought, and which is sad, but he's an afterthought now, and and then that's why I think Dame would just start when you f up, and you sit back and you realize, dang, I got no more bridges because I burnt them all. You got to start to try to repair those bridges. But in the meantime, this guy that's been helping you touch fire to it, which is Kenyatta Griggs, standing with you. You don't leave that guy to keep burning bridges, and you trying to rebuild bridges. And I mean, I didn't like the whole dynamic of that, and I just thought, Kenyatta got the raw end of that deal. But again, back to the LeVar, like. Like this guy you got this guy handling your son's money. I mean, your son worked hard for this. I mean, he went through the price, and it's your son. I mean, he's the NBA star. None of you guys are the NBA star. So, but you to have just some no name, or just somebody that you can't even get money from, have your son running your business, having your business financials and stuff like that. What kind of credentials did he bring, or have he built businesses before? And even when I'm building relationships, I always go check them off online. You can always look online and see if somebody's a part of the Better Business Bureau, or they got high ratings. Look at their ratings online. I mean, a lot of these businesses have star systems of 1 to 5 stars, and if he's a 1 star, all the way through, probably shouldn't be doing business with him. And 9 times out of 10, he's not going to be in business long. Especially robbing churches. I mean, I'm not a big religious guy, or even about religion. I mean, everybody has just spirituality or whatever you want to believe, but to go to those people, and those some of the most nicest, vulnerable people you can find, and scheme those people. I mean, that means you're a lowlife. I mean, and there's a reason why you're a felon, because you're probably a lowlife guy, and you've been scheming and scamming and sucking and all that good stuff to get into good graces and get people your money. So the guy must be a good salesman, because he sold, because he defrauded churches is out of $4 million. What the criminal report says is the $4 million. I mean, that's a lot of money, and I just think LeVar Ball dropped the ball. Uh, I mean, a lot of my friends have a criminal background. Well, not friends, because I don't. They're associates, I should say. They're not friends anymore. But back in the past life, I used to have a lot of criminal friends and people I know that went to jail and stuff. Um, but once I got into a different area and a different business, I couldn't have those friends anymore. I didn't even want those friends no more because who's to say that you want to bring that criminal activity to my doorstep, or you put my life in danger, put my wife's life in danger, my daughter's life in danger, drama, and all that stuff. Excuse me. So you basically have to disassociate when you get into business. Everybody can't go with you. That's another thing I learned in business. I wanted to bring my guys with me, but everybody has their own path, and those guys are doing well in their own little adventures and different stuff, and different things. I wanted to start with different people. It just wasn't meant to be. Yeah, but back to the Big Baller brand. The brand wasn't a good brand at all. I mean, I think most people supported it because we just wanted to see somebody win in our community. Like, oh, this guy has a. Let's put our money and let's put faith behind him. But the thing is, when black people and people from certain neighborhoods or certain statuses in life and stuff, they put their trust in their money and stuff behind you. If you don't deliver, well, we'll just kick you to the side like, hey man, you don't F the side of money, we're not dealing with you no more. If you could come back and have the greatest product in the world, you can have a flying car, and we'll look at it like, yeah, that's cool. We gonna go over here and still drive on the road here, because what you talking about over there, we already know what you talking about. Schemed us enough. So, yeah, and again, and the thing with LaMelo is, and I forgot the middle one, but now he can't go to college. I mean, to play college basketball. I mean, that's another thing he shouldn't. I think it was a mistake. Maybe the middle child, maybe you take overseas, because I didn't think he had any. I watched him play. I didn't think he had any real good college game. I mean, maybe a D2 or low D1 like a Lehigh or something like that. But I didn't think he was a UCLA potential. I watched him, and I wasn't a big fan. He's just like a regular kid. I know kids that's playing here in Wisconsin that can out hoop him. He's not a good guy. I mean, but LaMelo, he had a decent chance if he played defense, but he had a decent chance of being a star. I mean, even going to like Duke, or playing with a good coach and then getting drafted again. And the thing, we're gonna get into college basketball and stuff, and how you have to, and then when we talk about leverage and stuff on the Moneymaker channel, again, subscribe down below. I do have links to my Instagram and also my store, and also to Twitter. How to leverage certain things. I think people look at the money aspect. Oh yeah, they have college basketball players should be getting paid and stuff, and I do agree. But I don't think they should be getting paid off some of their likenesses and stuff. I think they should be able to, open up, businesses, or, market themselves. Or, I mean, if you want to keep the product and stuff, like the team stuff, keep that. But if I want to build my own, like, T-shirt or whatever, say, come look at James Owens, and, I'm at University of Wisconsin, or James Owens, balling or something like that. I don't even have to use university. I should be able to do that. But if you're a ball player, you should be able to use that NCAA as leverage. If you use that as leverage to get you to the next level or to the next spot or whatever you need to get to the million, to the bag, then you leverage that. And then on future videos, we'll talk about how you use your leverage, not per se, to build your own self up, or yeah, just to build your own self up. How to use leverage. You can always leverage something. There's always leverage in business. I mean, either you give or you take. You use your leverage. You have leverage, or even in your company today, man. If you work for a company that they have a hard time finding employees, and you want you to do so much work, that's the time when you go ask for a raise, because you have the leverage. Again, not to get off track, because we'll talk about that leverage and stuff in a future video, but that's just to give you some of the things that we will be talking about in future videos and future interviews and stuff. Again, click the subscribe button down below. I got Instagram and Twitter, and then a direct link to the store. Yeah, but just to wrap it up here, I just hope the family dynamic and it can be repaired, because at the end of the day, they're still family. I just don't think it's a family business venture anymore. I think it should be just, maybe this is our first and last mistake. We shouldn't go into business together. We love each other, but $1.5 million was stolen from me, and no one has a right to, a way to recoup that without, Lamar or LaMelo or Lonzo going out there just balling out. Everybody's dependent on Lonzo. It's all on Lonzo right now. Maybe you get LaMelo in the league, but if he doesn't, it's pretty much on Lonzo to be what he was projected to be, or slated to be. And maybe that's not with the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe it's with a different team. As you can see, D'Angelo Russell is tearing it up in the league. He was drafted by the Lakers, and and that's another thing, that the Lakers, as a brand, they made a mistake. I mean, they traded him to get Lonzo, which is okay, but the thing is that what came out with him and Swaggy P about the video and stuff. Get rid of Swaggy P. Get rid of the people that didn't like the video. Don't get rid of the guy that's the potential star. Swaggy P, he's not the star. And Swaggy P didn't even last another year. I mean, you keep that guy, you try to mend the fences, and then you draft the other guys. But that's here and there. Say they build their own brand. They can run it in the ground if they want to. But again, this thing can be, and when you mix money and blood, it never mixes well. Somebody's gonna feel like somebody's owed more, or I did this. And again, I hope LeVar don't take that stance of I did this for you, and so now you owe me, and that would be lame if he did that, because as parents, we supposed to want and go out and go hard for our kids, not in repayment, just so they know that, okay, this is the path easier now that I've laid it out for you. In some ways, he did do that. He did lay it out. Put the having to help his, because I didn't know anything about Lonzo Ball until through his freshman year, and I just kept seeing this guy. Who was this guy on First Take? Who was this guy? Where's this guy coming from? So Lonzo Ball is gonna be he's better than Curry. He's better. And then I watched him. I was like, I like him. I mean, but I don't think he's better than Steph Curry and LeBron James. I think he's Ben Simmons. I think he's just Ben Simmons. And, so yeah, it's just again, subscribe to the channel down below, and I got the links and stuff. But yeah, just comment, let me know what do you think about it, because I know what I think about it as a hip hop money maker. This is what, you can't kill your own brand by not having the product, and that's just even with the streets, man. You got the clientele coming, but you ain't got the product. but you got your product is kind of lame. You got got a lot of seeds in the bag, or you got some I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be like, nah, I ain't dealing with Huff Buddy no more. I'm gonna go over here where the good stuff is, even though I gotta pay a little bit more. Little Buddy, he ain't rocking. He ain't rocking. He got seeds and Huff, and it don't smoke right. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I know I probably talked your ear off, but again, subscribe to the channel, Moneymakers. We're gonna do some things. Get some interviews in here. Get some interviews with some of the financial people, and some of the entrepreneurs that I know, and I give you tax tips because I'm a tax professional here at H&R Block. Been doing it for 7-8 years. We'll go over the new tax code and the new thing that's coming out, which is the recession. If you haven't been noticing, the gas prices is slowly creeping up. The interest rate is slowly creeping up. And it usually slowly creeps up and then it fluctuates, and then all of a sudden it dips. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to avoid and stay in the money during the recession, because most people most entrepreneurs make their money and come up with the ideas during the recession. So again, click and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video. Deuces.